The news at 4. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu pledges continuous women empowerment, inclusiveness as the world celebrates International Women's Day. Accountant General of the Federation confirms federal workers' salary overpayment error in December 2024. And the foreign and Afghan women face imminent deportation, with United States resident sweeping freeze on foreign aid programs. In sports, Nigerian footballer Ethan Nwaneri open to Super Eagles Calab. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has assured women in the state that his administration will, through deliberate action and policies, empower women and foster inclusive environment where women are not only seen but heard. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Unikon, at the 2025 International Women's Day. Was the theme, "Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all accelerate action."
This is to encourage you to make sure whatever is given to you, you use it judiciously. You don't sell them. Make sure that you make good use of it. The government is always ready to support you. And please don't disappoint us.
Wife of the Lagos State Governor Bijoke Sanwo-Olu, while reeling out all the support for women from the Office of the First Lady, noted that policies will further be strengthened to provide equal opportunities for women in governance and business to ensure no one is left behind. In her welcome address, Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, commended the Sanwo-Olu administration for numerous policies and initiatives that create an inclusive society where women are empowered to be financially independent while also bridging gender gap. Dada hinted that the State Executive Council has approved the domestication of economic empowerment policy in higher institutions in the state.
I call on all stakeholders, government, civil society organizations, the private sector, and individuals to work collaboratively in accelerating the actions needed to close the gender gap. We must move beyond promises to practical solutions that will empower women and uplift the vulnerable.
The guest speakers at the occasion, consultant psychiatrist, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital Ikeja, Professor Olurotimi Koka, highlighted the importance of positive mental health to the well-being of women to strengthen the society, while the special advisor to the governor on climate change and circular economy, Titilayo Oshodi, noted that women must be empowered with tools, resources to be financially independent, urging them to tap into opportunities from the circular economy. Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reported that the event was attended by different women groups across the 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas of the state, dressed in a touch of purple clothing as it coincided with the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Conference in China. APC Chairman Cornelius Ojelabi has called on Muslims and Christians to use the Ramadan and Lenten periods being observed concurrently by the faithful of both faiths to reflect on their relationships with God and humanity. Ojelabi made the call in Lagos in a statement he signed to wish both Muslims and Christians a successful Ramadan and Lenten season. He said these periods are opportunities for both religions faithful to seek spiritual renewal, forgiveness, and deepen one's connection with God. Ojelabi urged Muslims to use this holy month to develop self-control, resilience, empathy, and understand the struggles of the less fortunate who cannot even put a meal a day on their tables. In the same vein, Ojelabi appealed to Christians, saying the 40-day Lenten season is a significant spiritual practice that mirrors Jesus' 40-day fast in the wilderness. He encouraged them to strive for peace, forgiveness, and reconciliation that can lead to a more harmonious and cohesive society. Lagos State Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources has commended the swift response of law enforcement officers in apprehending 3 vandals who were caught tampering with critical electricity infrastructure. The incident, which occurred along Glover Road near Defense House in Ikoyi, witnessed the suspect allegedly digging out and cutting power cables, an act that poses a severe threat to public safety and electricity supply in the area. Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources Biodun Ogunleye, while condemning the act of vandalism, emphasized its detrimental impact on electricity supply and public safety. He noted that vandalism of power infrastructure leads to widespread power disruptions, endangers lives, and negatively impacts businesses and communities. Ogunleye stated that the ministry remains committed to safeguarding electricity asset and ensuring an uninterrupted power supply for all. And now to the rest of the stories. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, OAGF, has confirmed that some federal workers experienced salary overpayment in December 2024 due to a system error. Director of Press and Public Relations, Bawa Mokwa, clarified that there were no shortfalls in salaries paid to federal workers in January and February 2025. The overpayment are currently being recovered through deductions from affected workers' salaries. The statement noted that workers had received arrears for the minimum wage, the 25% and 35% salary increase, and wage awards between October and December 2024. Barring any future salary adjustment, the OAGF maintained that the salaries paid in January and February 2025 would remain unchanged until a review by the federal government. On the December 2024 overpayment, the OAGF confirmed that the system error responsible for the excess payment had been corrected and deductions were ongoing to recover the funds. As Nigerians join the rest of the world to celebrate this year's International Women's Day, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved 1 billion naira as soft loans for market women in the state to help boost their businesses and improve their lives. Okpebholo, while declaring open an event commemoration day, commended Edo State's women for their steadfastness, dedication and commitment to moving the state forward. Coordinator, Office of the First Lady, Edo State, Adesile Okpebholo, urged Edo women never to be silent, pushed back, shut down or strangled, as their voices must be heard because they matter. She called on the women to add value and be committed in all they do in their careers, communities and other life endeavors. In foreign news now, more than 80 Afghan women who fled the Taliban to pursue higher education in Oman now face imminent deportation back to Afghanistan following the Trump administration's sweeping freeze on foreign aid programs. Funded by the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, their scholarships were abruptly terminated after a funding freeze ordered by President Donald Trump when he returned to office in January. U.S. aid funding had enabled thousands of Afghan women to study abroad or continue education online, but many of these programs are now suspended. The Afghan women now face a forced return from Oman, had been pursuing graduate and postgraduate courses under the Women's Scholarship Endowment WSE or USAID program, which began in 2018. USAID then facilitated their visas to Oman, where they arrived between October and November 2024. The Trump administration's aid freeze has faced legal roadblocks, but thousands of humanitarian programs around the world have been terminated or thrown into jeopardy as the White House seeks to cut billions in government spending. The decision to slash American aid funding has come under the Trump administration and been implemented by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. In sport now, Arsenal's new kid on the block, Ethan Nwaneri, has left his international future wide open, as he said to be open to playing for either Nigeria or England. Born to a Nigerian father and an English mother, Nwaneri is eligible to play for both countries, and the latest hints suggest that the 17-year-old will represent the first country that approaches him, whether England or his parents' country, Nigeria. Nwaneri has featured for England at the youth level. If the Nigeria Football Federation makes a move to switch his nationality, he will follow the steps of Alex Iwobi, who also chose to represent Nigeria while playing for Arsenal in 2015. Aside from Nwaneri's closest example, other Nigerian players that have made the switch for foreign countries include William Troost Ekong, Olaino, Calvin Bassey, reigning African Player of the Year, Ademola Lookman, among others. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration upgraded 2 higher institutions to universities? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has assured women in the state that his administration will, through deliberate action and policies, empower women and foster an inclusive environment where women are not only seen but heard. Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, or AGF, has confirmed that some federal workers experienced salary overpayment in December 2024 due to a system error. We also told you that more than 80 Afghan women who fled the Taliban to pursue higher education in Oman now face imminent deportation back to Afghanistan following the Trump administration's sweeping freeze on foreign aid programs. Finally, Sport Arsenal's new kid on the block, Ethan Nwaneri, has left his international future wide open, as he is set to be open to playing for either Nigeria or England. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafalashiri. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return trip.